Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Caring by Sydney. I've got a Porsche 996 3.4 litre that we actually took out the engine to actually do the IMS bearing. Finally most of my parts arrived. I don't like to just strip it down and leave it sitting there. I like to get my parts first and then just strip the car down and finish it. Let's have a look. We removed the intake manifold out because we're going to replace the cooler, oil cooler. And the most important one I have to replace is this line here. I have to replace this line here. So it goes around. That's the breather line. And then we're going to replace the spark plugs, some of the other stuff I've ordered. This oil leak here is from the actual intake manifold leaking oil because the oil separator has failed, which is this one here, and caused the oil to go inside here. As you can see, this is the intake manifold. We're going to get some brake cleaner and clean the inside. See how oily and dirty is this? Very dirty on both sides as well. Here we're going to clean the whole intake manifold properly, including the throttle body, which is here. And I'm going to put a new seal in here because they always leak in there as well. And some of these lines here I'm going to replace it with new ones because they're plastic, they're going to crack soon. But the rubber is still okay for now. And I'm going to take the clutch off, put a new rear main seal and a new IMS bearing. And this part here, we removed the exhaust part on top, the carrier, so I can take the oil pump out and do the modification for the IMS bearing at the front. We're going to clean all this properly here, the top part here, and then run the new hoses and stuff like that for this here. And that's not leaking from the actual power steering, that's leaking from the intake manifold. A little oil inside here. And new cooler. And other stuff we ordered. So this is where we're at right now. We should finish this today and then hopefully next week we put the motor in the car and run it. Alright. New water pumps done. I've got a new tensioner as well. I've got a new tensioner and new oil filler. Because this one here, they always crack down here. And it's so hard to get to when you put everything together. So I've got a new one of those. And a new tensioner for the belt, which is really hard to do if you actually have the engine back in the car and you didn't do this. The tensioner here, it's a spring-loaded one inside here, so I've got to replace that. It's a common problem all the time, they fail. Okay, and one more thing I've got to change is this little coolant plug here. They leak all the time as well. You can see it starting already. Gonna check the vacuum canister, make sure it's not leaking later. Alright, thanks for watching and please subscribe.